Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel in 2019. My first video is a setup of my bullet journal. I used a bullet journal a little bit in 2018, but I didn't use it consistently, and I found when I was using it, I was really productive, so I'd like to get back into using it. So I thought I'd set up the first couple of months, set up my week, and get January started. It is January 13th when I am filming this, so I'm a little behind the ball, but we've got the rest of the year to be productive, so let's get into it. My supplies I wanted to go through quickly. I'm using 3 of these midliners, the highlighters that are really popular in pink, blue, and grey. I've got 4 pens. There's a Uni Pen pens in 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.5. They're my favourite pens. I have 4 Tombow brush markers in like a teal, blue, pink, and purple. I've got a mechanical pencil that I really like for like practicing layouts, and I can erase it later. And I've got 2 brush markers. So I'll link everything that I can down below. I'm saving a page for later because I know what I want to put on it later. And I'm starting with my months. I wanted to put the first 6 months in the first 6 pages, and then they're set up, ready to go. I can plan in advance. I very rarely plan anything that far in advance. I make a mistake here, so we're like, a minute into the video and I've already screwed up. But I spelt February wrong because I spell February wrong all the time. And I even wrote it down on a piece of paper next to me to practice, and I still wrote it wrong in my journal. But that's okay. I make mistakes. My bullet journal is not perfect. It's not like Insta-perfect or anything, but it's functional, and I like having the ability to just play around in it and not worry too much. So I left the spelling of February. The layout I found I like for my monthly is just to write the numbers of the months down on the left side, 1 through 31, and then I write the days of the week, so Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday, next to the number. You'll see in a second that I pause and I get confused because I actually wrote the days of the week for January wrong. So that's mistake 2 for the video. I started January on a Monday, and fun fact, January starts on a Tuesday. So I go in and I white out all the days. I don't usually like using whiteout in my bullet journal because the white of the whiteout on yellow of the pages bothers me, but I need it to be functional. I need the days of the week to be correct. So I white them all out and I rewrite the days of the week correctly. My pen doesn't write very nicely over whiteout, so this is a pretty ugly spread, but it's functional and that's okay. That'll do. My brush marker I use to highlight Saturday and Sunday, and I like to do that first before I put the black pen down, otherwise I find it smudges a little, and it didn't write very well over the whiteout, so I just wrote the days of the week down and let it be and moved on to the other months. I didn't screw any of the other months up. They're all nice and good, so that's 5 out of 6. That's pretty good. So I really like this layout because I don't plan that much in advance. I don't plan things like weeks out. I sort of go with the flow most of the time, and I usually plan like a week in advance. So I don't need that much space, but I do need to have space to write like doctor's appointments, or if I book coffee to have with a friend, then I've got space to write that in. If I've got a big new release day with the shop or anything like that, that goes on my months, but it is just like a really broad overview. It doesn't, for me, a monthly view is wasted if it's got too much space. In general, I don't plan like a lot of things in advance because most of my days are quite similar. Like I print and cut for the shop, I reply to customer service emails, I buy things that I need for the shop, I go to the post office, I rock climb, but I don't need to plan a lot of that. A lot of it's just the same thing every day. So my months are really simple. I wanted to put this up because I know bullet journaling has got a little bit scary in the last like year or so, because if you look on Instagram, everyone's spreads are like perfect and flawless and there's no mistakes and the handwriting is perfect and the numbers are all perfect and they're really detailed. And I really like my bullet journal because it's not that fancy. I write the numbers down the side. You know, I use a little bit of color at the top. I tried a little bit of script lettering, but it's by no means very good. It's just a sort of scripty kind of font. I use a couple of black pens that I really like. I've been buying the same ones for ages now. I like the way they write. I like how dark black they are, and I like how thin they are. But it doesn't have to be fancy. I don't necessarily doodle a lot in my journal. I stick to the same like lettering for everything. But I wanted to put it up here because it's really functional for me. I can take it on the go. I can write in anything I need to at any time. If I need to write a list of something, if I need to write something important down, I can just start a new page and write it down. It doesn't need to be perfect, and I really like that. I have another planner that I use. I use a V6, and I love that for putting stickers in and for making it beautiful. And it's like a memory planner because I do it of the day just gone by or of the week gone by. So, but it needs to be perfect, and that's okay. It's a different type of planning, but I really like my bullet journal that it's simple, it's really functional, and it's a little bit messy, and that's okay. So I'm just finishing off with June here, and the next page I'm going to do is a cleaning schedule. It's not really a schedule. I wanted to break down my cleaning tasks into 7 days. I broke it down into 7 days, but I'm not necessarily going to do all the things on each day, like on the Monday. But I wanted to have like a breakdown of a day's worth of tasks so that on any given day, because I find cleaning a little bit overwhelming and my apartment gets messy really easily. So on any given day, I wanted to be able to like pick a day of the week from my cleaning task list and just do that. So I know that on Tuesdays I'm busy, so I might set Tuesdays to just be a couple of small tasks so I can get that done and feel like I've cleaned something that day. I didn't fill it in on camera because I'm not quite sure exactly what I want to do on it yet, but I'll fill that out soon, and I might post it on Instagram or in my Facebook group or something if anyone's interested in seeing it. And then the next page I do is my weekly layout, and some people do like a week on 2 pages or like a week on 4 pages. I do a week on a half a page. I set it up in basically 3 different columns. I have a schedule column, and that's for things that have to happen on specific days at specific times. So on Tuesdays, I run a rock climbing session at 6 p.m. It has to be at 6 p.m. It has to be on Tuesdays, so it goes in the Tuesday column under schedule. If I've got things that have to happen on specific days, but they're not time specific, they go for me in the priority column. So if I want to call Officeworks on Wednesday, that goes in the priority column for Wednesday. And then next to that, I have a general to-do list, and that's just tasks for the week that has to be done that week, but don't have to be done on a specific day. And then under that, I have a small habit tracker for watering the plants, because I always forget, and for posting on Instagram, because I always forget. So it's just 2 little reminders. So that's how I break down my tasks. Things to do that week, things to do that day, things to do at specific times. And that works really well for me. And if I need a big to-do list, like some days are really busy and I've got to get a lot done, so I just flip to a new page or under the week and I just start a new to-do list, and I can fill up as much space as I like or leave it half empty, it doesn't matter. And then the next week when I come to it, I just flip to a new page and set up a new week. Here, I just thought I'd keep the 2019 page really simple, just wrote 2019 with a brush pen, but I don't know why, because it's just normal lettering. And then I put a little border around it, and that's as complex as I decided to make it. So that's my setup so far. Really simple, really easy. This is my little pencil case. It's what I take in my handbag. It's a lunchbox from Muji, but it fits Tombow pens really well. So if I can find it, I'll link it down below. But anyway, that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!